Everybody loves noodles. College students, prisoners, office workers, military personnel, it doesn't matter if you're in Africa, Asia, Europe, North America, everybody loves noodles. In 2023 alone, approximately 121 billion servings of instant noodles were consumed worldwide. 121 billion servings, not million, billion. And in the United States alone, 5.1 billion servings were consumed, making it the leading non-Asian consumer. Where did instant noodles even come from? How were they even popularized? And why are they loved so much by everybody?
Only 1 minute left to go!
It hurts. I totally won this thing.
All done here.
Wow!
Wow, Yamato completed 31 bowls!
Piece of cake.
Time is up!
How could I lose this?
And
Nice
the winner
effort.
is Hinata!
It tasted really good.
Let's find out. To understand the rise of instant noodles and why everybody loves them, we need to go back to the 1940s, right at the end of the Second World War. Starting in 1945 and going on to the 1950s, Japan was an economic ruin. The infrastructure had been completely destroyed, industries were paralyzed, and millions were left struggling to find food. The nation faced severe food shortages, and the government relied heavily on imports to feed the population. The US played a major role in supplying food aid to Japan through programs like LARA, Licensed Agencies for Relief in Asia, and government aid relief in occupied Japan. One of the most abundant resources the US provided in this program was wheat flour, which was unfamiliar to the Japanese diet at the time. The US government, particularly through Douglas MacArthur's time during the occupation, promoted bread consumption over traditional Japanese staples like rice and noodles. But despite efforts to introduce bread as a staple, many Japanese still prefer noodles and rice, which led to the opportunity for a new accessible food product. The keyword being accessible. One of the people who saw this crisis as an opportunity was Momofuku Ando, a Taiwanese-Japanese entrepreneur. He believed that solving hunger required an affordable, long-lasting, and easy-to-prepare meal. Ando observed people waiting in long lines for bowls of ramen from street vendors despite the availability of wheat bread. He experimented with different methods of noodle preservation and eventually discovered that flash frying cooked noodles removed moisture while preserving their structure. This technique allowed noodles to be quickly rehydrated with hot water, creating the first ever instant ramen. In 1958, Ando launched chicken ramen, the world's first instant noodle product. However, at first it was considered a luxury item as it cost 35 yen per package, more expensive than a fresh noodle meal at the time. Despite its initial high price, instant ramen gained popularity due to its convenience and shelf stability. The cup noodle design had a lot of innovation, and it featured a styrofoam cup that served as packaging, cooking vessel, and serving container, allowing consumers to prepare and eat noodles conveniently on the go. By the 1970s, prices had dropped significantly, and ramen had become a global phenomenon, largely due to the cup noodle innovation in 1971, also pioneered by Ando, making instant ramen even more accessible. And this was a phenomenon not just in Japan, but across Asia. A lot of international companies also latched onto this trend, particularly Indomie in Indonesia. Founded in the 1970s, it became a household name. India also had Maggi noodles. Introduced in 1983, it dominated the Indian market. All the way in Africa, even in Nigeria, Indomie tailored its products to local tastes, leading to widespread acceptance and making instant noodles a staple in Nigerian households. The genius of these instant noodle companies was actually in the advertising. Effective marketing strategies significantly contributed to the global popularity of instant noodles. For example, in India, Maggi used catchy jingles and relatable scenarios to advertise typical middle-class households, resonating with consumers and embedding the brand in popular culture. A lot of these brands also got celebrity endorsements, utilizing popular figures in adverts, helping brands connect with broader audiences and enhancing product appeal. Perhaps the biggest marketing success was in the US, where instant noodles were marketed as an affordable and quick meal option for college students, emphasizing convenience and cost effectiveness. In contrast, Asian campaigns often highlighted instant noodles as suitable for family meals, focusing on taste and ease of preparation. They deployed different strategies for different countries, and it worked. They were able to create their own niche in a very crowded snacks market. We talked about college students and low-income households already in the States, where according to a 2018 survey, nearly 30% of college students experience food insecurity, making cheap, calorie-dense foods like instant noodles almost a necessity. Even in US prisons, ramen noodles have become a form of currency, often more valuable than cigarettes. A 2016 study from the University of Arizona found that due to budget cuts and declining food quality in prison meals, meals, inmates turned to ramen as a reliable food source and trade item. Packets of ramen are commonly exchanged for other goods such as clothing, hygiene products, and services. Creative prison meals like ramen burritos, which actually does sound good, have emerged from this underground economy. Instant noodles are also a key component of disaster efforts because they are lightweight, easy to transport, and require minimal cooking. Japan was the first country to include them in emergency rations in the 1970s. Since then, they have widely been used in disaster relief globally. From earthquakes in Haiti to floods in South Asia, they're a staple in helping responders and the people they're helping get calorie-dense food. Perhaps the most interesting use of instant noodles, for me at least, is the military aspect. Instant noodles are widely used in military rations worldwide due to their durability and ease of preparation. The US military, for example, has included them in meal ready-to-eat or MRE kits. Japan's Nissan even developed space ramen, a vacuum-sealed ramen for astronauts, aboard the International Space Station, demonstrating the product's adaptability to extreme environments. So instant noodles have been a success, a marketing success, and a business success. But what about the health aspect? Are instant noodles too unhealthy? That has been a big debate in the noodle consuming community. Before we dig deeper into if instant noodles are healthy or not, if you're enjoying this video so far, please smash the like button and do not forget to subscribe. We explore a new food topic on this channel every week and explore how food links to culture, society, and business. Food is extremely crucial for us, and it's important that we understand it better. There are some nutritional concerns with instant noodles. The primary one being high sodium content. A single serving of instant noodles can contain approximately 861 milligrams of sodium. Consuming the entire package doubles this amount to 1,722 milligrams, nearing or exceeding the recommended daily sodium intake for many individuals. Excessive sodium intake is associated with an increased risk of blood pressure, particularly in salt-sensitive individuals. While the sodium is high, the protein and fiber is also low. Instant noodles are typically low in protein and fiber, leading to potential overeating. And to add on to that, these products often contain artificial flavorings, colorings, and preservatives. While the long-term effects of some of these additions are still under investigation, diets high in ultra-processed foods have been linked to negative health outcomes. Perhaps the most concrete evidence we have is that regular consumption of instant noodles has been linked to an increased risk of metabolic syndrome, a cluster of conditions including increased blood pressure, high blood sugar, excess body fat, and abnormal cholesterol levels. A study found that women who consumed instant noodles more than twice a week had a 68% higher risk of developing metabolic syndrome, regardless of their overall diet or physical activity. These concerns have not gone unheard, and there have been efforts to make instant noodles healthier. There's been several innovations, and companies have introduced versions made with whole grains to increase fiber content and offer low sodium options to help reduce salt intake. For instance, brands like Mr. McDougal's, Koyo, and Lotus Foods offer healthier varieties of instant noodles. Here, consumers, i.e. you and me, can also step in and add things to instant noodles to make them healthier. For example, vegetables, lean proteins, and eggs that boost their nutritional profile and give them some more protein and fiber. And perhaps the biggest thing is just consuming mindfully.
先生、最初はスープからでしょうか、それとも麺からでしょうか。
最初はまずラーメンをよく見ます。
Moderating the frequency of instant noodle consumption and being attentive to portion sizes is key to mitigating potential health risks. And this healthier switch is going to be key in the survival of instant noodles for the future. Consumers want healthier options. There's companies like Nissan experimenting with noodles that include quinoa, brown rice, chickpeas, and even lentils to provide high fiber. For example, some premium noodles are now enriched with vegetables or fortified with essential vitamins and minerals. I mentioned Nissan before. They're one of the largest instant noodle companies in the world and have ventured into offering healthier varieties like their whole wheat noodles. These are designed particularly for consumers looking for an alternative to traditional refined noodles. Other companies are launching protein-packed noodles with plant-based proteins, like pea protein, to cater to a growing plant-based market. The less talked about factor for instant noodles is actually the packaging. The impact of plastic waste from instant noodle cups has been a growing concern, with some companies now exploring new alternatives. Major brands have already introduced eco-friendly packaging, for example, paper-based containers for cup noodles, significantly reducing their use of plastic. Some companies are also trying to get reused plastic to make new containers for their noodles. This is all part of a bigger plan. Companies want to push the premium noodle. While traditional instant noodles are already global staples, companies want to have a premium market, particularly in developed countries. High-quality instant noodles with gourmet ingredients like organic broth, specialty seasoning, or even freeze-dried vegetables will become more popular. This shift is being driven by increasing income while not compromising on quality or nutritional value. For example, a trend that's very common is instant gourmet ramen. It's been rising in countries like the United States, where consumers are willing to pay more for better quality noodles with a more authentic taste. One investment companies are making to make this a reality is in technology. Future innovations in food technology could further alter the landscape of instant noodles. As food science progresses, new methods may be developed to make instant noodles even healthier without sacrificing convenience. A basic example is food preservation techniques, allowing noodles to maintain their flavor and nutritional content longer without needing artificial preservatives. Similarly, advancements in sustainable agriculture may lead to the use of alternative, more sustainable crops for noodle production, maybe seaweed or even edible algae, which could be used in the noodles themselves or in the seasoning packets. This is all possible because people really love noodles.
It's polite. It's okay.
Mm. 121 billion servings consumed in 2022. They love them because they're cheap, affordable, and probably help them in times where they didn't have that much money or that much time to make a good meal. The future is also bright, particularly in countries like China, India, and Indonesia. And the same can be said for the United States, where college students in particular, and I think everybody, loves having that cup of instant ramen once in a while. If noodle companies can somehow figure out a way for this premium noodle market, they might be able to help consumers not just with getting their noodle fix, but also helping them get essential nutrients along the way, making a lot of money in the process. As always, if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to smash the like button and subscribe. Every week we explore food on this channel and how it links to culture, society, and business. Food is essential for us, and it's important that we understand it better. I'll see you next week.